Good day, everyone, and welcome to our presentation of how to play Castlevania II Simon's Quest, presented by One Coin Only. My name is Joshua King, and I am a content contributor to the One Coin Only channel. Big shout out to Rick, the creator and star of One Coin Only. If you're a big fan of retro games, then join us every day, Monday through Sunday, 8 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch for Rick's live streams. It's going to be a good time. Let's dive right into it, shall we? So we're going to start off in the town of Jova. And if we take a quick look at our box here, you're going to see the in-game time, which is broken down by day, hour, minutes. Now, the objective of this game is to go around and collect all of Dracula's body parts, resurrect him, and then kill him all over again to break the curse that he apparently put on Simon Belmont during his original battle in Castlevania I. And we need to try to do, and in order to get the best ending, we need to do that within 7 days. If you go beyond 7 days, you'll start to get the worse and worse endings. Now, if you look where you say E, that's our experience level. One thing that ABGN failed to realize when he made his videos of this game, the experience level is what actually gives you back that quote-unquote random recharge of your energy bar and the extension of your energy bar. The way that actually works is when you go around and you kill enemies and you collect hearts, you collect experience points. And when you collect so many experience points, you will level up in experience. But the key thing to know about experience level is that you can only gain experience, i.e. go from level 0 to level 1, in between the town of Jova and the first mansion. That's the only time that you can actually gain experience points from 0 to 1 on these weakest bosses. Once you get to level 1, you will stop leveling up until you move on beyond the first mansion. Then you will start facing more difficult enemies and you'll start building up towards experience level 2. And that's the way it works throughout the entire game. So, the area from the very start to the first mansion, you can work to level up to experience level 1. Between the first mansion and the second mansion, work up to level 2. And then so on and so forth. 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5. So we're going to start by getting the holy water. Put that now. Holy water is a must-have in this game. And it's only one of 2 weapons from Castlevania I that actually makes a reappearance. The only other weapon is the dagger, which we'll get in a little while. Hearts in this game act as both currency and ammunition for your sub-weapons. And they also help you gain the experience levels that I told you about. Now, these small hearts that we're getting right now, they're worth 1 point. Single point each. We'll also begin to see half large hearts and full large hearts as we proceed through the game. Half hearts are worth 2, and full large hearts are worth 4. Now, right now, what we're doing is we're simply grinding. And you do have to do this a couple of times during the course of the game. You have to pick the right spots to do it. unfortunately, this is the area we have to do it right away because we started the game with 50 hearts and we spent it on the holy water. But now we need to build up our stock of hearts because we need to also buy the white crystal before we can even proceed to the first mansion. Now, as you saw, we went from the infamous text box about what a terrible night to have a curse. At nighttime, the enemies increase strength. So, these wolf guys that I'm killing right now, they were only 2 hits during the daytime, but now they take 4 at night. The skeleton guys were worth 1 point. They'll take 2 points at night. Right now, we're just using the standard leather whip. Now, there is another whip that we can actually buy in the town of Jova, and it's the thorn whip. It cost us 100 hearts to buy it. It's a little bit longer, just a little bit longer than, so it gives you a little extra reach than the leather whip, and it will basically cause twice as much damage as the standard leather whip. But it's not necessarily worth buying it. Depending on how many hearts I get, I may buy it just for the fun of it, just so you can see it. But it's not a vital weapon. It's not essential to get the thorn whip in order to beat this game. So we're just continuing to grind, and I apologize for it, but it's a necessity. Typically, I like to grind inside the mansions, and I'll explain to you why when we get to the first mansion. That will be our next grind point, and I'll explain why at that time. But right now, we're just going through the motions here. We're grinding, we're killing these wolfmen, and alright, it's almost 4 a.m., so we're going to head back to the town. During the night sequences, the shops all close. You cannot go inside the buildings. And as you can see, the streets are now littered with zombies. So the people do not want to be outside at night because of the curse of Dracula. And the sun will rise at 6 a.m. and it will set at 6 p.m. which for those of you who, if you're not in the military, will show up as 1,800 hours. So we're just waiting for sunrise. And now we're going to buy the white crystal off of this merchant. Another must-have item is the crystal. And as you see, I currently have 50 hearts, so I don't have enough hearts to buy the thorn whip. So we're just gonna make our way over to Mansion 1 at this point. Now, as you see, my experience level currently is, it says 67. The L to the right of that is your actual experience level. So we're still on experience level 0. The first experience level up will occur at 100. We'll probably get that by the time we get to the first mansion. Now, the good thing about the holy water is that because we have to buy the holy water at the cost of 50 hearts, that is an unlimited item. It doesn't cost us any hearts to fire the holy water. Now there are other items in this game that we're going to pick up that, in order to use them, each throw or each use will cost a single heart. But generally speaking, if you have to buy the sub-weapon, it's infinite ammo. So that will be true of both the holy water and the dagger, which we're going to buy right now. Now in this game, there are secret tunnels, passages that can only be opened up by throwing the holy water. I guess we're going to buy the dagger. We're going to switch over to the dagger. Gotta love the Bloody Tears. The Bloody Tears theme. And here we are, we have arrived at the first mansion. Now, if I didn't have the white crystal, this blue platform that's going up and down, you would not be able to see that. So you wouldn't be able to proceed without first having that white crystal in your inventory. I missed it twice now, I apologize. You gotta be very careful with your jumps in this game. A lot of places, if you don't time your jumps just right, you're gonna die. Simon cannot swim, and you're most likely gonna end up in a water trap somewhere. You gotta be careful inside these mansions because there's a lot of fake blocks, a lot of pit traps in here that will, if you don't know where they are, they'll take you to places where you don't want to be. Now, these first two blocks here on this jump right here, they're fake. So, you need to make the running jump right there. And there we go, there's our first level up. So all the body parts that you need to find are located in 5 mansions. And we've got Dracula's rib, Dracula's heart, Dracula's eyeball, Dracula's nail, and Dracula's ring. Those are the 5 body parts that we need to find. And in this first mansion, we're going to get Dracula's rib, which is a very useful item. In order to get the parts, though, which are held in some kind of mysterious orb, we need to get an oak stake. I'm going to buy this oak stake off this merchant. And in every mansion, there is a merchant for you to buy an oak stake from. However, some of them are located in very... what's the right word? Less opportune places. Now this right here, here's another, and I'll show you with the holy water. Went right through. That's another fake block that you have to be very careful of. Some of the merchants are placed along your direct route and some are not. So I usually will buy an additional oak stake from certain merchants, so that way I've already got it when I get to the next mansion. Back to our dagger. Now we're going to switch over to Dracula's Rib. And when we use Dracula's Rib, you can see now that Simon's got a shield. And that shield comes in very handy throughout the course of this game. And I currently only have 24 hearts, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of additional grinding just to be able to purchase our next oak stake. And right here is an ideal spot to do it. You can just walk back and forth, get these skeleton soldiers on the screen. Now, the problem with this game is that heart drops are completely random. No single playthrough is going to be the same as another one. It's a complete dice roll. Some games you'll get a lot more hearts a lot faster, and then some other ones it seems like it takes forever just to get enough hearts to buy the things that you're looking for. We have enough now, so we're going to stop there. We'll go over here. I don't like the location of the oak stake merchant in Mansion 2, so I'm going to buy another one now so that I've already got it. And now, I'm going to do some more. I'm going to grind all the way up to the maximum, which is 256 hearts. Don't ask me why it's 256 and not like 250 or 300. But the max amount of hearts you can carry in this game is 14. Or, sorry, it's 256, and I currently have 14. Now, I told you that there was a very specific reason why I like to grind inside the mansions. And if you notice, I'm going to notice my time. We're currently on one day, and we're currently at 2:50 p.m. We're just going to do a couple things here. Now, normally, if we were outside, the time would be running. But when you're inside the mansion, time freezes. So if you're trying to get the best result, the best ending of this game, but you need to grind in order to build up your heart inventory, inside a mansion is the ideal place to do it because time, for whatever reason, ceases. So we're just going to go back and forth here, and we're going to build up our stock because we are going to need at least 150 hearts. When we go back to the town where I bought the dagger, we're also going to buy our first whip upgrade. We're going to upgrade to the chain whip. And that's going to cost us 150 hearts. It's not cheap. Along the way, we're also going to pick up a couple of other items that you don't necessarily have to pick up, but if you're doing kind of like a completionist run, 100% items, then you will need to pick up certain items, like the cloves of garlic, and the silk bag, and the silver knife, and the golden knife. They're not items that you need to have in order to complete the game, but they're certainly helpful. So as I mentioned before, if you notice, how my experience level hasn't increased even though I'm collecting all of these hearts. As I mentioned before, you can only upgrade one time between the start of the game and Mansion 1. So until we actually move on the map, until we actually move beyond Mansion 1, we will not start leveling up towards level 2. And then it'll kind of be the same. We can only get to level 2 because the map design of this game is it's unique, but it's also, you know, kind of quirky. You can only go as far as Mansion 2 from the town of Jova, which is the town that we started in. And you notice that I went right. You can only go as far as Mansion 2. Then you got to travel all the way back to the town of Jova, and then leave the town of Jova on the left side in order to be able to continue the game. Now I don't have it with me, and I'm not going to show it to you. If you want to see it, you can Google it. But if you were to Google the map of Simon's Quest, there's actually some pretty neat maps that were provided by Nintendo and also people's like personal renditions of it. And they're actually very cool. I recommend checking them out. But if you want to see Nintendo's actual map, how like the land is actually drawn out, go ahead and Google it. Oh, there we are. We're at 256. Awesome. So that wasn't too bad. It was, like I said, heart drops are completely random. Sometimes it can happen very fast. Other times it can happen very slow, and it feels worse than having a dentist pull on your teeth. But this one actually wasn't half bad. So we're going to make our way back out of Mansion 1. And the great thing about Simon's Quest, at least when it comes to the mansions, if you've never played this game before, you have a lot of replayability, especially because you can take if you want, you can take the time to learn, the layouts of all the mansions. Me, I have the most direct routes remembered, and so that's why I say I know where the merchants for the oak stakes are in the other mansions, and I know whether or not they're placed along the most direct route to get to the item room. And the guys in mansions 2 and 4 most definitely are not. Now, if you were in need of health, you can stop inside the church here and talk to the priest, and they will revitalize your life bar. We had full health, but I just wanted to show you that for the time being. And unfortunately, I didn't make it in time. Damn it. So that's going to put us behind schedule, unfortunately. Normally, I can actually get here before nightfall. problem is we already have our full collection of parts. So at this point, grinding does us no good. Literally just waiting for dayfall. But we need the chain whip, and the chain whip is inside this marker right here. So this is most definitely one of the downsides of the game, and the fact that you can't go inside. You can't go inside the church. You can't go inside the markets anywhere during the nighttime. It's a pain in the ass. If I didn't already have a full complement of parts, this would actually be a really great spot to grind because of the amount of zombies that we have running around the streets here. Now, this won't set us back too much. We'll still be able to get the best ending. But it just won't be as quick as I normally have been able to complete this quest. So now we'll talk to the priest again and we'll get our health back here. So now we have our first whip upgrade. And the chain whip is a lot stronger than the leather whip or the thorn whip ever is. And eventually we'll be able to, later on, purchase the Morning Star, which is basically a mace ball that goes on the end of the whip. Getting some nice heart drops from these eyeballs. Coming up here we have one of our secret weapons that you need the holy water in order to actually find. Again, it's not necessary to have this weapon, but it is a very helpful weapon to have. It's the Sacred Flame. as I mentioned before, holy water and the dagger are infinite ammo. Weapons like that we find here out in the world, like the sacred flame, those are going to cost me a single heart per shot. So you got to take those into consideration when you're traveling along. If you know that you're coming up to an area where you need to have a certain amount of hearts to buy a sub weapon or something, you need to make sure that you don't use too many hearts on weapons like the sacred flame and whatnot. Otherwise, you're going to be in trouble. Now, I'm doing this a little bit out of order. As you see, we're currently stuck. And if I were to jump into that river right there, I would drown. Like that. So in order to proceed, we need to get ourselves a blue crystal. And we're going to find that in the next town over. Now, I don't bother talking to the townspeople when we're in towns. You can talk to some of the NPCs, but as has been mentioned before, the translation team did not do a very good job on this game, and so a lot of the NPCs, they talk nothing but straight gibberish, and even some of the things that actually make some kind of sense actually turn out to be straight up lies. So, if you want to talk to the townspeople, you can, just to see what they all have to say, but it's not worth the time, because none of them actually tell you anything that's even remotely helpful. So we're just waiting for daybreak again. So we'll just get our grind game going again. And we just leveled up to level 2. And as you saw then this time, not only did I get my health back, but my health bar actually got a little bit longer. So at this point, I'm just waiting for daybreak for this first shop to open back up, because I'm going to show you where to get the items that, including the bonus items that you really don't need, but I'm a completionist, so I like to get 100% of the items. down here in this shop, we're going to get cloves of garlic. Now this is one of those items that you don't have to have in order to complete this game, but if you want to get the silver knife and the silk bag, you need to have a clove of garlic. We're going to come across here, we're going to go into Camilla's Cemetery, we're going to equip our clove of garlic. And just like that, this mysterious stranger just gave us the silver knife. Now, I'm not going to use the silver knife because it is a special weapon, and it costs a heart per use. I'm going to go into this shop over here. Now this, again, it's not necessarily a must-have item. You can beat the game without it, but I strongly suggest you buy this item. And this item is going to be laurels. And what laurels do is they actually provide you temporary invincibility. And I'm going to buy 2 sets of them. Right now, the max I can carry is 4. The reason why I strongly suggest you get the laurels is because you're going to need the invincibility factor a little bit later on when we go to the other side of the town of Jova. We're going to run into some poison marshes, and if you don't have the laurels, the poison marshes will cause you to slow down, but will also slowly drain away your energy. We're going to talk to this guy. We're going to exchange our white crystal for the blue crystal that we need in order to continue on. Anyway, the poison marshes, they will slow your advance. Just imagine if you were trying to walk through a marsh, walk through a bog. It's going to be very slow going. And that's what happens to Simon. But because it's also a poison marsh, it also takes away your health bar, and if you don't have the laurels, you're more than likely going to end up dying inside that poison marsh. Now, if you're not really worried about those types of things, then fine. Like I said, you don't really need the laurels, but I get them because, well, just because I prefer to get them, really. Now, obviously, I'm not trying to do a no-death run or anything like that, because I showed you how Simon Belmont does not know how to swim, so falling into a lake or a river or even a small pond like down here will result in instant death. And some of the later mansions are absolutely littered with water traps. So I'm going to equip our blue crystal, and I'm going to kneel. And there we go. And here we are, we've arrived at Mansion 2. We equip Dracula's Rib so we get our shield back. More fake blocks right here. Now, I talked about the most direct route. If I needed to find the Oak Stake Merchant, I wouldn't be able to go that way. I'd have to go up and around and find the Oak Stake Merchant. Or I'd actually have to go this way, I believe. But it's out of the way. It makes you actually have to go beyond where you actually need to go in order to get to the item room, so that's why I bought the Oak Stake back in Mansion 1. 1. So I can just go straight to the item room. Take out these bad guys here. Rebuild our heart supply after we spent quite a bit of currency in buying the cloves of garlic and the laurels. That's the only problem. You don't time your jumps right, dumb stuff like that happens. You end up dropping all the way back down and gotta do it all over again. You gotta be very careful with your oak stakes. Make sure that you're in the proper position to throw it and strike the orb. Because if you throw the oak stake too soon and you miss that orb, then you're SOL and you need to waste another 50 hearts on another oak stake and potentially having to backtrack quite a bit to go back to the oak stake merchant. Sitting at 160 now, so we're all right. Nice question right there. Now I'm not taking the time to show you where the oak stake merchant is in this place. Because like I said, I'm trying to show you how to beat this game in the quickest amount of time possible. Now, obviously, ran into a couple of hiccups with the day-night cycle and not getting to where I needed to be beforehand, but again, as it is so far, we'll still be able to get the best ending. Even with the minor setback. I didn't time that jump properly. We're done with mansions 1 and 2, and we're done with this side of the map. As you saw, we're basically at a dead end now. So now we need to head back, all the way back to where we started the game. The most annoying thing about these day-night cycles is that they it happens every 12 hours on the in-game timer, but in reality it's like, I think it's like every 5 minutes. 5 minutes of real time is when the day-night cycles actually take place. So it happens quite a lot during this game. So that is certainly one of the more annoying aspects of the game, but overall, like I said, I love this game, and I actually prefer it over the linear platforming style of Castlevania 1 and Castlevania 3. And that's not to say that the 1 and 3 are bad games, it's just my personal preference there. I love the Castlevania series as a whole. But the reason why I'm making this particular playthrough video is just because I hear it all the time how, you know, people hate this game because they really just don't. I think they just misunderstand it. Maybe they were just so used to and preferred the linear platform style of Castlevania 1, and the fact that they changed it up and made it this open world adventure, like kind of like I said before, the Adventures of Link, The Legend of Zelda and the Adventure of Link, Zelda 2. But it really is a great game. And I know a lot of people, they don't like the aspects of having to try to go around and find everything if they don't know where everything is. Well, that's what I'm here to help you with. Help teach you where everything is so that you can take on this game yourself, armed with a wealth of knowledge. But seriously, could you imagine trying to beat this game in the late 1980s, early 1990s, before the advent of the internet? The only thing that we had to help us, if we were lucky enough to have it, was Nintendo Power Magazine. Okay, so here we have our poison marsh that I mentioned earlier, and we're going to use a laurel. And while you have this invincibility factor, the poison marsh will not slow you down, and it will also not take away any of your health. Now up here, we have the boatman. Now in order to get, the boatman will take you to two separate places, but in order to do it in the proper order, or I should say the proper order, you want to arm yourself with Dracula's heart and show it to him. And it says, "Let me show you the way." And this route, it takes us directly to the third mansion. Now, I'm going to take you beyond the third mansion to another dead-end area. But if you want to get all the items, you have to go this way. Now, when it comes to these blocks, you have to position yourself very carefully and make sure that you always jump at the top of its raising. Because if you jump too soon, you're not going to get full extension, and you're not going to make the jump over to the next block. So that one almost didn't make it. This fine gentleman is going to give us a diamond, and I'm going to show you it. It's a sub-weapon. It's kind of fun to use, but like I said, it costs a heart to use per throw, so... kind of, if I had to compare it to a weapon from Castlevania 1 or Castlevania 3, it would be the cross boomerang. That's the kind of effect that it has, anyway. But it's nowhere near as strong as those items were in that game. As I mentioned before, only the holy water and the dagger make an appearance from Castlevania 1. No battle axe, no cross boomerang, no time stopper. So you don't need to go that way, but like I said, if you want every item, that's where the diamond is. So now here we are in the third mansion. This mansion, we've gotten Dracula's rib from Mansion 1, we got Dracula's heart from Mansion 2. Mansion 3 here, we're going to get Dracula's eyeball, which it really kind of is a useless item. Dracula's rib gives us the shield power. Dracula's heart, you have to show the boatman in order to actually get to this mansion. Dracula's eyeball, there are hidden scrolls throughout the game that don't really provide you with any actual useful knowledge. I mean, it provides you with some knowledge, but the only way that you would find these hidden scrolls is if you equip Dracula's eyeball. Now I'm going to show you the Sacred Flame. Very powerful, but again, they also cost a heart per throw, so use sparingly. So normally you could use it here on this guy down here, but like I said, I want to save my hearts because pretty soon I'm going to have 200 hearts on there to buy the Morning Star baseball weapon. And I'm also going to have to spend 100 hearts very shortly on 2 oak stakes. So I'm trying to save as many hearts as possible. Day with timing these jumps out right. A lot of the time I can get these jumps on the first try, but today I'm going to have some trouble. Here we have our first sub-boss, and he's not even a boss that you have to fight. It's death, as you can clearly see. Now you do not need to fight death. But I like to fight him because it gives you the golden knife, and the golden knife is actually a very useful sub-weapon, even though it does cost parts to use. When we get to mansion number 5 and we fight the other sub-boss, who is Carmilla. I personally like to use the golden knife because it will take her down quicker than the whip will. These blobs are a real pain in the butt. They're very annoying. They're small. They're hard to hit, and they can just, if they get right on top of you, they can take away so much damage in like the blink of an eye. So I like to try to use despawn to my advantage. And as you saw, I got this other blob here to basically malfunction and disappear, so I don't have to try to deal with them. But I'll show you, since I'm showing you every weapon at this point, I'll show you the silver knife. There you go. And then you got the golden knife. And as I stated before, I don't like the placement of the Oak Stake Merchant in Mansion 4, so I'm going to buy another one here. So I'm completely armed, so I can just go straight to the item room when we get to the other mansion. I'm going to equip Dracula's eyeball, and I'm going to show you what I mean. You see that red book down there? These are the scrolls that I basically was telling you about. Wait for a soul with a red crystal on Deborah Cliff. Now that's actually kind of helpful information, but again, the English, Japanese to English translation team did not do the greatest job. So I say that is actually semi-helpful information, but it's not 100% accurate information. You're not waiting for a soul with a red crystal at Deborah Cliff. You're the soul with the red crystal at Deborah Cliff. What it's supposed to be, apparently, is that the translation for the word soul and the word wind in Japanese are very similar. So you're not actually waiting for a soul with a red crystal at Deborah Cliff. What you're actually waiting for is wind to take you away at Deborah Cliff, because Deborah Cliff is an impassable obstacle unless you have the red crystal. Get there, we'll show you the literal meaning of what it's. If they had actually translated this properly and it said wait for a wind at Deborah Cliff instead. And I'm not gonna do a full grind right here, but I am just gonna get us up to about 200 hearts. Also haven't gotten our third level up yet. I told you that the first level up would be at an experience 100. It goes up by 50 every time. So level 2 was at 150. Level 3 will be at 200. But the E counter resets every time. So once you get to 100, it goes back to 0. And then when you get back up to 150, that's when you get level 2. And then level 3 will be at 200 when we get to 200, but we're still another 98 experience points away. Alright, so we're at 200 hearts now, so we're pretty good at that point. And we'll continue to get hearts along the way here. But as I said, we're making our way towards getting the Morning Star attachment for a chain whip, and that's going to cost us an astronomical 200 hearts. Mansion number 3. Okay, so we're done with Mansion 3, so now we're going to go back to see the ferryman, but this time we're not going to show him Dracula's heart. Says he's going to take us to a good place, but very ominous laugh there at the end. So here we are. Now we're into the next town. Unfortunately, again, we have to wait for the day-night cycle. But this is a good place. We can buy some more laurels here. So refill up on our laurel stock. And then we can also go all the way to the top here. We have our church. As soon as sunrise comes up, we can see the priest and he'll restore our life bar. But in the meantime, this is a good spot to grind, because we're going to be spending quite a few hearts in the coming areas. So this will be a good place. Make sure that we have a full complement of 256 hearts, because the laurels will cost us 50. Like I said, when we get over to the next town, which is where we're going to buy the Morning Star attachment, we're going to need 200 hearts for that. So, I strongly advise you not to leave this town without a full complement of laurels and a full health bar. Good thing is because we haven't gotten our third level up yet, we're still currently gaining experience with every heart that I'm picking up, even off of these weak zombies. Sometimes these annoying day-night cycles do actually have their advantages when they force you to grind. I didn't get many hearts that time. shop down here. I don't necessarily need to buy the laurels. I still got 3. But it's nice to have the full complement, like I said. So even though I'm paying for 2 and I'm only going to get 1, it's important to have a full stock. And so now we're going to come over here, and we're going to talk to this gentleman. We're going to exchange our blue crystal for a red one. And with all that now said and done, we are ready to leave this town. Oh, there we go. We just got our 3rd level up. Now, you do not have to go down here, but I strongly advise you to if you want to get every item in the game. Yeah, there's a fake block right there. Knew it was somewhere. Just needed to double check. So I'm going to jump. There's another fake one, which will lead us into a poison marsh. Come down this way. This is where we're going to end up using our last clove of garlic. This is why I like having a full complement of laurels, because these stupid blobs are a real pain in the ass. And here's where you get the silk bag. And what does the silk bag do? Well, it increases your carrying capacity for both laurels and garlic. It doubles the amount that you can carry. So now I can keep, with the silk bag in hand, I can carry 8 laurels and 4 cloves of garlic if I had any more garlic, which I don't. I don't need any more garlic. Ironically enough, the silk bag also increases your, and don't ask me why, but it also increases your hit point ability. It will actually help you absorb some damage done from enemies. I'm going to use another one. So you'll actually be able to take like an extra hit from enemies before you'll actually lose any of your health bar. Again, don't ask me how a silk bag does that. It's just one of those quirky little Castlevania things. So here we are in the next town. This is where we're going to buy our Morning Star whip attachment. But again, unfortunately, we're just going to have to wait for the day-night cycle to progress. And the reason why I say that it's good for you to leave that last town with a full health bar, I mean, you just saw what we had to go through, the amount of enemies that we had to deal with. But as you'll also see, not every town in this game has a church for you to be able to regain your life breath. In fact, the town where we exchanged the blue crystal, the white crystal for the blue one, and we also got the silver knife and the laurels. That town also did not have a church. This one does not either. So I say it's important to leave that purple town with a full health bar and a full complement of laurels to help you save your health bar, because you're not going to have a church to stop by here to regain your health. So we're a long way off from getting our next experience level up, and as you can see, I'm not gaining any more experience, at least not with these zombies. And it's important to know that. It's important to know how your health bar works. Knowing that you can get a refill at churches, and knowing how the experience level works. Because even angry video game nerd James Rolfe, he didn't even explain that properly. Whether it's because he didn't know it, or whether it's just because it would have been, wouldn't have been conducive to his video on bashing this game so much. But knowing that right now, because I haven't reached the fourth mansion yet, I'm not gaining any more experience, so I can't rely on that little bonus. Very careful with your health bar. But here we go. Come down here, we're going to see the merchant. Yes, I want to buy a Morning Star. And as you can see, now we have that mace ball at the end of the whip. Now, if you don't get that Morning Star attachment to your whip, you can beat this game without it. You can beat this game with just the leather whip if you want. But why would you want to do that? Because it's basically, if you try doing that, you're a glutton for punishment. But you certainly cannot get the most powerful whip in the game, the flame whip, without having the Morning Star attachment on your whip. So here's Deborah Cliff, and if you don't have the red crystal, you can't proceed any further than here. And just like what we did with the river before with the blue crystal, there you go. There's your soul, which should have been translated as to win. The magical tornado comes and takes us to the other side of Deborah Cliff, to the fourth mansion. Now that I already have the oak stake, we can take the most direct route here. what Dracula's nail does, if you were to equip Dracula's nail, you can actually use your whip to destroy blocks that you would otherwise destroy with the holy water. I'll show you here when we get to the other side. So as you saw before, I was using the holy water to destroy these blocks. Well, I put Dracula's nail, and there you go. I can destroy those blocks now with the whip instead. A useful item if you actually know where you need to use them, where you can actually destroy blocks. But otherwise, I myself never equipped Dracula's nail. And now we are on to the final mansion. And we gotta do the kneel down by the river gig again, by equipping the red crystal again. Just for fun, we'll equip Dracula's nail here. Now, if you don't have the Morning Star, this guy won't bless your whip. Turn it into the awesome flame whip. Now we have the most powerful whip in the game. A little bit of a journey between the fourth mansion and fifth mansion. And now here we have the biggest marsh of them all. Actually spent a few too many. Now this is what happens if you don't have. This is what happens if you don't have a laurel to use, and you go through the marsh here. Make it. That's why I say you should have a full complement, but I ended up using one too many laurels earlier. But here we are, we're in the final mansion. big problem when you lose all your lives and you continue. You don't lose any of your items, but you lose your hearts. So I'm all out of hearts right now, so I need to grind. A little bit here to get 50 hearts to buy the last poke stick that we need to buy. That should be the last item that we need to buy in the game. Here's the final sub-boss, Camilla. Now you do, unlike Death, you do need to beat Camilla in order to get the magic cross. You cannot enter Dracula's lair without the magic cross. So Camilla you do have to defeat, Death you do not. And now we have Dracula's lair. Now we have all five body parts items of Dracula. Before we leave mansion number 5 here, we'll make our way across. We're going to come down here to the back corner, and we're going to see this gentleman here. He's going to give us a free supply, a full supply of laurels, which, since I have the silk bag, now amounts to 8 instead of 4. That was a glitch that you saw the first time when I went over to that second platform didn't show up, so the timing was off with the blocks. leaving the final mansion, do not go left. If you go left, you're going to run into a dead end that's just full of poison marshes, but it leads you nowhere. You waste all your laurels crossing the poison marshes, and you find yourself back where you don't want to be. It actually leads to the other side of the cemetery where we bought where we got the silver knife from. That's a dead end from the first side of the game. But you'll actually find yourself on the other side of the cemetery if you were to go left here. So we want to go right. Arm ourselves with our laurels. Across the poison marsh. So yet again, a little bit more backtracking, making our way back towards the fourth mansion, which, if you remember, the magical tornado took us directly to the fourth mansion from Deborah Cliff, and we traveled left to get to Mansion 5. Now, in order to continue on to get to Dracula's castle, we need to head back to the fourth mansion and go right. Normally, if you didn't have enough energy, that would be the last church that you can stop to get your health refilled for free. And also, if you wanted to buy more laurels, that final room in that town there, you could buy another set of laurels. But we've got more than enough. I've already got a full health bar, so I don't need to stop in to see the priest. Down these stairs here. If you continue off into the woods on the upper level, you're going to run into another dead end. There's nobody in this town. It's a dead town. It's the town that's closest to Castlevania. So the town is basically abandoned. There is like one guy who's hiding in that room there, but it's not a merchant or anything. It's a waste of time to talk to him. we are at the entrance to Dracula's castle. Now, if you don't have the magic cross here, you will not be able to enter beyond this area. Make a long walk across. And now we're inside the crumbled ruins of Dracula's castle. So you're just going to equip the holy water to get through some of these blocks. And here it's fairly linear. Just follow the stairs. You have to make this big jump here. Now I'm going to switch over to the laurels, and by using the rest of the laurels and having complete invincibility and the flame whip, we can just cheese this guy and destroy him without any issue. Just jump up right inside him before he even has a chance to even take full formation. There you go. We managed to get the best ending because we were able to do it before the end of the 7th day. So even with all those extra grinding sessions with the day-night cycle, it didn't prevent us from getting the best ending. But there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I've shown you how to get where to find every item that you need, every sub-weapon and every item, in order to be able to beat Castlevania II, Simon's Quest. Again, this is a very good game. It's not without its issues, but it is a good game, and I think it gets unfairly treated, especially due to the angry video game nerd. But it all comes down to your personal choice. Do you prefer the standard Castlevania linear platform jumping, or do you prefer the Legend of Zelda, Metroid, open world, have to search and find all the items type of game, All comes down to personal preference. But if you've ever had trouble beating this game before, well, now you know how. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll catch you on the next one.